Hello friend, this is Nicolette. I help lady boss entrepreneurs who want to have creative control in their business create clever graphics using Canva. And today I would like to go over some essentials for you to keep in mind when creating your quote card. So the very first thing is to know your 3 W's. And you always want to ask yourself, what are you creating? Who are you creating it for, and why are you creating it? Knowing the answer to these 3 questions is going to keep your image on point and it's going to make it easier to create. Remember that people are busy and people are overstimulated. So you want to keep your quote card simple and you want to keep it clear. Going through these questions is also going to help you think about the value you want to provide with your image and the content that will go with that value. To give an example, the what could be a quote card that provides inspiration or maybe gives your ideal client an insight into your life. The who could be the person scrolling on your Instagram, or it could be your ideal client, or it could be the tired mama that needs some motivation. The why could be so that you stay relevant in their lives, or that you're providing a solution to simplify their lives or to inspire them at a certain point in their day. It doesn't have to be a perfect explanation. Keep it simple for yourself, but just use this tactic and you'll see that your image starts coming together seamlessly. The next point I want you to think about is to create for a lazy eye. So what does that mean? A lazy eye needs simplicity. Remember, we're all busy and people are scrolling on their phones or on the Instagram feeds or even on Pinterest. So if something is clear and on point, it's going to be easier for your ideal client to pay attention to your images. Our eyes find it very hard to scan or process a lot of fonts, colors, and objects. So you want to make sure that your image is clear and simple, that every brand element that you're using has a purpose. You don't just want to add things simply for the use of it being there. Let me show you an example. So I created these quote cards for my friend, Dr. Christy, and we have a little paint blurb that's one of her branding elements. Over here, it adds interest, but it also helps us make this Facebook Live event text box pop out a little more. And it doesn't compete with the text that we have over here. Now you'll see that I'm only using 2 fonts, 2 font options. So that makes it easy for people to read. It doesn't overwhelm. It gives you the information that you need, and it's also giving a glimpse into the behind the scenes of Dr. Christy, what's going on her computer. She's on her desk. It gives you a face to a name so that you know who will be hosting this Facebook Live event. So you want to make sure that the fonts that you use is legible and has a good use of space, and that you use hierarchy in your fonts if applicable. So you'll see here I made Ask Dr. Christy in a different color, and I made it all caps so that it would draw in more attention. The next step is you want to make sure that your quote card is on brand. So you'll see that for her, I've used her branding elements, her logo, her colors keep appearing the same border, but you can see that they all kind of belong together. Another important thing is you'll see over here in my own branding colors, which I'm going to show you real quick. These are my branding colors at the top with this gold. I don't use all of my branding colors in one quote card because it will overwhelm. So for fonts, I usually suggest only using 1, 2, 3 fonts, using 2 more or less in a design. And then for your colors, if you have 6 colors, don't use all of your colors. Use around 3. So 4 colors, you usually have 1, 2, 3 primary and 1, 2, 3 secondary. And you want to make sure that you use about 2 or 3 to attract attention and make certain parts stand out more in your quote card. You also want to make sure that you're using consistently your patterns, your borders, your colors, the same filters that reflects your brand kit or your style guide. Doing this will ensure consistency across all your visuals, including your quote card. And then lastly, you want to make sure that you add in your logo, your hashtag, your company name, your address if it's applicable. I'll show you another example. So over here, I created some quote cards for an online, a faux online store, and you'll see that I've included the address and the logo. And you'll see for these, the colors are brown and purple and white, and I've got the same graphic element, and I keep reusing them in different ways. But I make sure that my quote card stays on brand. Just to recap, make sure that you're asking yourself for every single quote card that you're creating, that you go through the who, what, and why of your image. This is going to keep your image on point, clear, and easy, and make it easier for you to create. Number 2 is create for a lazy eye, and the easiest way to do that is to keep your design as simple as possible. Only use 1, 2, 3 fonts. Make sure the fonts is legible, it has a good use of space, and that you use hierarchy in your fonts if it's applicable. You want to make sure that your quote card is on brand, meaning that you use the same images, the same filter for the images, the same banners, the same fonts, the same colors, the same patterns all throughout your quote cards. And then you want to make sure that when people see your image that they can easily see who created it. So you want to add your logo, your name. You basically want to make it easy for people to recognize your image and also make it easy for them to go and Google you if they wanted to. And then also, if people share your image, then you have your watermark or your logo. You've branded your quote card. I hope that you like these essential quote card tips. If you'd love to learn more Canva, Clever Canva tips, I'd like to invite you to join my Clever with Canva Facebook group where I share weekly tips, I offer feedback, and I answer any design questions that you have for creating your business graphics using Canva. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!